The research has shown that a balanced approach to literacy instruction works best in the classroom. Teachers should use both direct instruction and small group techniques. Interventions are best taught in small group settings. Small group interventions prove successful at closing the achievement gap between lower achieving students and their peers. The teachers group to meet student needs, then they used assessment to move students. Students also spend an average of twice as much time in groups than whole group instruction. Before researching best practices for small group instruction, my reading block was divided into 4 parts. I would start by teaching a whole group lesson for about half an hour until it was time for Tier 2 interventions. Then I would have a half hour of centers. My lowest students left the room for interventions in the reading room. My room was arranged into pairs of desks, and students would follow a chart to go to their center. The rest of the students would go to 1 center a day and rotate through 4 centers in a week. The center stations were word work to go with our story skill, reading activities on the computer, reading with the teacher, and iPad reading apps. The students were not grouped by their ability or their need to work on a strategy. Next, we conclude the morning with another half hour of whole group instruction. In the afternoon, I would have another half hour of centers during Tier 3 intervention time. Again, my lowest students left the room, and the rest of the students rotated through more centers. There was a math center, a listening center, a reading center, and a writing center. To implement best practices, I extended the center time to an hour in the morning. This made 2/3 of my reading instruction in small groups. My room is now arranged into pods, and students still use a chart to go to their centers. The centers now include a teacher center, writing center, reading center, word work center, listening center, computers, and iPads. During the Tier 3 time in the afternoon, students who remain in the classroom participate in math centers. I also changed how students are grouped together. I use AIMSWeb data, formative assessments, and teacher observations to group students by reading level. While the reading center activities have not changed, there have been several benefits to the new design. Previously, the challenge that I faced was that my lowest, struggling readers left for both Tier 2 and Tier 3 to the reading room. I felt like I was missing out on meeting their needs in the classroom. The new center rotation has provided me with the opportunity to meet with my lower level students every day before they leave to receive interventions. I can work on math or reading as needed. I am also able to meet with all of my other students at least once a week to read with them in a small group or individually. Grouping students by their ability has allowed me to differentiate the centers to meet the needs of the students. I am able to have different activities at the centers for different ability groups. These students are able to be learning partners in their groups. Students have commented that they like the math centers in the afternoon, reading with the teacher more, and working with their friends. In the future, I hope to further differentiate the centers and incorporate more student responsibility and choice.